And here we go again, man, with another edition of Never Scared Podcast, man. I'm your boy Twine. I'm back again, man, with my troops, my squad in the house, man. I know y'all see somebody new up in here, but we're gonna get to that, man. But y'all already know the man, Say Cool. Say Cool is in the building today. He's back righteous, ready to get into the subject we about to get into. My man Chris Dubois is down there. Christian is back to light it up, to give y'all all the words that he got on this situation that we about to get into. And now, man, check this out, bro. I know y'all see that beautiful lady on the screen, bro. She's now the first lady, man, of Never Scared Podcast, man, bringing it in. So the ladies will have a voice on here, man. Somebody to troop for. She gonna ride for y'all and she gonna do it right. You know what I'm saying?
What up?
She goes by the name of Precious. Precious, how do you feel joining with the crew today, man?
I'm just really, really honored that you guys are letting me be a part of this podcast. Like,
He just called you bruh. He just called you bruh.
he did call me bro, but don't even worry
Yes,
about it. It's
sir.
all right. Because as time goes on, he will definitely see I am everything but bruh. So,
Pretty good, man.
so we're definitely gonna get it in, and
Right.
I'm gonna represent for the ladies as best I know how.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, we'll create like an area or space
Right.
for women to chime in for the
Absolutely.
discussions that we have.
Hey, I rep for the ladies too, in case y'all didn't know that. Chris, what's good, man? How you been?
Good, good. I'm good, bro. How you?
You had a heart attack when I asked you how you been. Okay.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Representing.
We're not
Little
promoting
rats.
puppy. We're not promoting
Little black
puppy on
rat.
this show, man.
Getting
You know what I'm saying?
promo ready, getting looking
Say
sponsors.
cool. What up, man? How you feeling, bro?
Chilling. Just
You in the building, man. Hey, look, man, we might as well get right into it today, man. Look, bro, our discussion today, man, is on Deshaun Watson. The Deshaun Watson situation, man. Is this man been treated horribly? Does this man have a sex addiction? Something going on with him that we didn't know, man? Is the media being fair to this man? Is he telling us everything that we need to know about him, man? Who's lying about this situation? Who should we believe, man? Look, we're going to get into all of that, man, because other podcasts don't want to get into these situations that we do, man. But we're going to respectfully get into the situation, and we're going to discuss what you've been discussing and the way you've been discussing it, man. So, without further ado, man, we're going to get started off with Say Cool. It's so many directions to start with this, man. So many directions to start with this. So, I'm just going to ask the top question and come in and Say Cool with that and let him elaborate on the situation. Say Cool. Who do you believe in this matter,
I wish I knew. I mean, right now, being the man that I am, I would want to say, well, I shouldn't say being a man because obviously it's the situation is tough, but just knowing what I know of Deshaun, like I wouldn't think that he would do anything like that. But I mean, we have no idea. But I mean, all we know is that this dude has been in Houston for what 4 or 5 years, and I mean, he's been stellar. I've never heard a negative thing about him ever. But even when he when everything kind of came to a head when them getting rid of D-Hop, and he was upset about that and the move that they was making in Houston, and he wanted to get out. They were still, like, if you listen on the news, they were still talking about, what the only way he could get out of there is if he does like a hardened escape, just go ahead and mess himself up and do something foolish to get out of there. But all you would hear is that he was such a good, his character was so good that he wouldn't do anything like that. And he, like he still never, everything kind of came from his agents and so on and so forth. He still was never actually saying anything that he wanted to get out, even though that he did. But I mean, he was always keeping a good standing, So now 2 months later, we hear that, now that, we know he doesn't want to leave and they don't want to let him go. And free agency then, came and, is in play. Now your man we find out about three cases of what is it, sexual assault? Is that what they're wording it? Is it sexual assault?
Mm-hmm.
So you had 3, then it was 7, then it was 13, then it was 22. Then it was just like, I mean, you don't want to be unsympathetic to if it is real to the people that are that could be the possible victims here, but it's like it just seemed like the victim is Deshaun. I mean, as far as we can see as of right now, because actually no information anywhere, and even with the cases, uh they're all cash situations. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing legal, like the big legal stuff as far as like cases or whatever, or any like actual information. Everything is just like trying to it just seems like everything is just trying to get some money out of him, and he said that initially when it was the first 3, and then then I guess they told him to be quiet now, being it's like 22. But and then you got the same dude that's the attorney. He has all of the cases, and I mean, I don't know, I just think it's just timing. If we go by timing alone, you gotta say that it sucks. So I'll leave it at that one.
We'll come back to you on that situation. That's a good start with the situation, man. There's a lot of things that you said that I definitely agree with. But what I'm saying, without further ado, we're gonna get a lady up in here. Precious, what are your initial thoughts on this matter that's going on right now?
So my deal is, by no stretch of the imagination are we saying that anyone is perfect. So we're not talking about like a guy like cheating on his girlfriend, whatever, what have you. But the number one thing that concerns me is there have been no criminal charges brought up against this dude.
None.
None. And I mean, right now it's like a foolish game of like he said, she said, we said. And it's about who agrees with who has the most money right now and who's willing to pay out the most. So I'm not going to be, and again, for no stretch of the imagination am I saying that this can't be a real situation. Like people experience, rape and false accusations and things that happen all the time. However, I feel like any female, like in the whole Me Too era, where we've had Harvey Weinstein, we've had Bill Cosby, we've had all of these, high pollutant politicians involved in these Me Too eras.
Mm-hmm.
What made you wait until Deshaun decided he was going to
Right.
be traded from the Texans? And I'm not saying, again, and I'm not trying to discount anyone's situation.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's just very funny to me. Like, I mean, let's just be real. Money speaks, money talks. So that's all I'm going to say to it for the moment. But I'm
Okay.
sure.
Okay. Hey, look, I'm gonna start off, and then we're gonna let Mr. Dubois get in here. I'm gonna start off by saying, again, I mean, like as my co-host, put it out there, um, it's it's like a game of cat and mouse right now. But my instincts tell me that these women are lying. They're lying. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. As Precious just elated to, that there's no criminal charges that's been brought up. And I think, and I could be thinking with my dumb male mind or something, females correct me if I am, is that if your sister or your daughter or your wife or any grown woman or young woman that you know, and I know situations are different because we'll get into the Me Too situation. We'll also touch a little bit because we don't want to go that deep into it with rape victims and women that have been sexually mishandled. And why it's hard for those women to come forward in court because the let's face it, our judicial system sucks. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of women that really go through these situations are afraid to come forward when these situations really happen to them. And I'm touching that. I'm just bringing that into the situation now, because we're gonna touch on that later. But with these women, in collusion to what I just said, like these women aren't even seeking criminal charges. I'm thinking if a dude did what he said he did to you, you want justice. Even if you want your money, you'd want justice. You want to stop him from doing this to other women, and none of these women have put it out there like, I want to criminally charge this man so he goes to jail and he thinks about touching another woman. Nah, I want the money. I want the money. Precious, I see you want to chime in. Go ahead.
So Twan, this is a part of what I'm saying. So if it's just about you wanting justice, right? Because ultimately, like, I'm not gonna say, it's just about, I want a payoff. I want
Mhm.
someone to buy me buy my silence. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Don't buy my silence. If
Mhm.
you want justice, then say you want justice.
Right.
It doesn't matter what type of repercussions or what happens to him. It doesn't matter. This is what he did to me.
Mhm.
How is it that you can pay me off for that?
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying? And so
Mhm.
I feel like it's kind of one of those situations where and by again, like if you're talking about paying off counselor bills, like I had to go to counseling, I had to be in counseling for 6 months, 12 months, 3 years, whatever, what have you. I
Mhm.
get it. And I have never been a victim of sexual
Mhm.
assault. And again, there is no statute of limitations in a lot of different states. So I get it. However, I just feel like in this particular case, it just needs to be a little bit more investigation,
Right.
like as it relates to where we're going with this young man's life. We're not even just talking about his career. Screw the whole idea of the career. Just
Mhm.
his life in general.
Exactly. Exactly. So, one of the things that Josh should know, if y'all not already aware of, they're saying that in the state of Texas, I don't know if it's the state of Texas or Houston, they're saying, and it's out there, and for those that are watching this live, you know what I'm saying, if you can text in the chat, let us know. They're saying that these women can't charge him criminally because of something in Texas where you can't do it. You can't come at him after him because of for sexual misconduct, some kind of law that's going on that's in Texas where you can't do it unless you have like absolute proof.
But didn't they say some of them people are not even in Texas?
Right.
Because they like the way they
No,
coming from.
these are only for the women that are in Texas.
Okay.
For the people that will get tried in Texas if they want to try people in Texas.
Okay.
So, I don't want to go too deep because I want to get Chris in here and let him go. But uh I don't want to say I'm team Deshaun or like that because I don't that sends a sour message. I'm just saying that I really wish they would go to court. And what I'll touch on later is this. If Deshaun is guilty, then he should be charged, do his time, come out. Whatever the consequences is, that's what it is. But if these ladies are found to be telling a lie, they have to go to jail too. They have to. Because a lot of women out here are trying to win with this money shit, and everybody wants to be a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? And we see Instagram after Instagram where women are
That's
telling
not
other
what we
women to
said.
get your money, get your
Nah, but
That ain't
money
that's
what
by
we
any
said.
means necessary.
that's good
Go ahead.
shit though.
Go ahead, Chris.
No, that go ahead,
Dude,
go ahead,
here's the
finish up.
thing. Here's the thing. Can I chime in again?
Go ahead, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
All right, so here's the thing. I am not saying by any stretch of the imagination, if this man is found guilty, by all means, send his ass to wherever.
Absolutely.
Wherever. However,
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
why
fuck
does
that.
hold, hold on,
Coming to you,
Christian.
Chris.
Found guilty of what?
Hold on. You might like what I have to say. Just hear me out on this one.
Right.
Right? Hold on, hear me out. why does the woman need a payday? You see what I'm
Right.
saying? I feel like so and again, I'm going back to the Me Too era, right? I'm thinking about the Me Too era. I'm thinking what they did to our personal African American hero, Bill Cosby, right? Like, I don't know about how you felt about Cosby Show in different worlds and all of that, but I can honestly say it's a good chance I chose an HBCU because of a different world.
I
Okay.
know
Yeah.
I did.
So, so
Right.
exactly. So in our minds, it's like, oh, this is our personal, like African American savior, whatever the case, whatever it is that you want to believe, right? So my whole deal is, if you are seeking a payday, that's an issue. That's an issue. We're not talking about a payday. But if you're seeking justice, like, yo, this is what happened to me, I just want to see justice brought up. I don't need a payday. What are you paying me for?
You're
You're
right.
paying
You're
me
right.
for, you know,
You're
now if I had to
absolutely
have
right.
counseling, if I had to
Mhm.
have counseling, if I had to go to the doctor, if for some reason,
Mhm.
this was a situation where, like, oh, I need counseling, I need
Mhm.
this, that, and the third. And again, I am not saying by any stretch of the imagination this stuff didn't happen. I'm just saying, in the event that these girls are just looking for a come up, what do you do? Do you ruin a man's career?
His
Or
career
do
is already
you,
ruined. His career is
is it?
already ruined. His name is already stained. You don't get to take it off. They can't wipe this shit off, even if he's innocent. You can't wipe it off. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to Chris. You know what I'm saying? Let Chris get in here. And Chris,
Mhm.
who you side with
Yo,
on this matter?
yo. So I appreciate being on this show. I appreciate all of y'all. My thoughts of it is that, just as you guys have said, I think that it's definitely a money issue. And I think that at this point, Deshaun is like low-hanging fruit. There's Since we never scared, I'm just go ahead and say it. This shit's a big ass conspiracy. I'm gonna just be honest with you, because the attorney is kind of best friends with the owner of the Texans, the attorney that's the attorney for these girls. All the girls have the same attorney. All the girls who are accusing him are either in the massage therapy field or associated with the massage therapy field, or something in that nature, health and beauty, some estheticians. They even had women. This is how silly this shit gets, right? I'm gonna read you some shit. Okay, July 20th, right? This is July 20th. This is what it says. At the plaintiff's house in Houston, the plaintiff offered Watson a teeth whitening and sauna detox. When he originally reached out via Instagram, and they keep mentioning Instagram, so I guess Instagram is probably getting a little tab on all this shit, because they saying that Deshaun has reached out to all these women via Instagram, and that's like most 90% of these women were reached out via Instagram. And so they keep saying that. So he reached out to her for a massage. Later by telephone, Watson asked her for a Swedish massage, and she said she would try to learn it before his appointment. Bitch, if you don't know how to do it, you don't know how to do it. The nigga's a professional athlete. You can't just learn how to do a Swedish massage. Get a motherfucker to do it. See, these motherfuckers are already making up shit on this dude. You got another motherfucker on here, excuse my language, because it pisses me off how they just trying to do this dude. This is in May. Now check this out. May. At Watson's home in Houston, the plaintiff, a certified personal trainer who did not specialize in massages, said that Watson wanted to book with her anyway. If you don't do massages, why are you booking with her anyway? She says she later tried to do the massage on him. Bitch, you trying to do a massage on a nigga? See, then they got people just making up bullshit on this dude. Then all of this shit, if you look at all the dates are within, okay, March the 30th through March the 30th of 2020 through March the 5th, which is my birthday, of 2021. All of these women are doing the pandemic. Come on, man. This whole shit. Now, why aren't we hearing from any Watson girlfriends? Now, if Watson has a history of and then all of these accusations upon Watson and nothing that he's doing to them. In the accusations, they're saying that Watson would ask them to massage his inner thigh area and he would get naked. And sometimes his genital or his penis would graze upon the women. And so, okay, they ain't never said Watson put his dick on nobody or no crazy shit like that. And then all the women at that, all the women during the time, they either they said no or they walked out or they finished the massage. None of them said at that time they felt offended. Now all of a sudden, because I guess one motherfucker was like, I can see what happens is people be like, oh well, shit. I gave him a massage. Let me think of anything during the massage. See, during the massage, they probably fucked that nigga. And so that's the thing. It probably was no problem doing the massage. And several of them probably done had sex with that nigga. And I mean, I'm just being honest with you because professional athlete shit happens. But then now they figure, oh, they can get some money because okay, this girl saying they gave massage. I know I gave massage. Shit, I can get me some change too. And all it takes is the lawyer to say, hey, you can get some money. This is a fucking goose. This is a goose hunt, man. I agree. If for one, none of their accusations are criminal. None of them are criminal. So to say, well, if he's accused, okay, if he's accused of what, of what, like what are the charges? Like what's the charge? Making me feel some kind of way? Like what is the charge? Like I'm trying to figure out what the fuck the charges are because it ain't nothing. If it's nothing criminal, what is the civil premise to this? Because at the time you didn't feel no kind of way. Now all of a sudden you feel what? You need money? The fuck out of here with it. See, that shit.
Civil lawsuits are about money.
Of course.
So when you hear the word civil,
but it has to have a premise, doesn't it?
It is a money grab. It's about money. But one thing I will challenge and question you with, Chris, on the situation is, and I'm asking all of y'all this question. Did Deshaun Watson set himself up if he knew these girls weren't professional masseuse, and they told you they weren't good at something? So shouldn't your ringer go off in your head like this girl might be here for another reason, bro? Because if she doesn't know how to do her job,
I get that. First of all, they lying.
If she doesn't know how to do her job, then why is she being hired? Why are you hiring her?
Because she lying. Because see, all the rest of them were legitimate. Listen what I'm saying, Twan. All the rest of them were legitimate massage therapists. There were like 2 or 3 that weren't massage therapists. They were people that were actually a teeth whitening. He probably got that done. But see, they know that they couldn't like get no civil case on the teeth whitening. He tried to fill my leg. No, they added that extra shit. I'm guaranteed them niggas, they lying that part. Those motherfuckers is lying. Those extra motherfuckers that saying that now they wanted him to do a sweetest. Bitch, why would I want you to do a sweetest massage and I got motherfuckers doing massage already? I got you here to do what the fuck you wanted. What I asked you to do, you did it. Now all of a sudden you see the fucking news and everybody trying to sue me. Now you done added a story that didn't even happen. You can make up anything. I guarantee they lying.
We know about the copycat league. Go ahead, Precious.
So now let me just play devil's advocate to my own story, right? To my own statement, right? I can play devil's advocate to my own statement, right?
Of course you can.
So here's the thing. It could have been any conversation inside of that masseuse parlor, whatever it was that occurred. Like it could have been like something that started out as a joke that turned into something more serious, or for whatever reasons, like something that was other than what was supposed to occur, right? So that doesn't mean that he shouldn't have had the willpower to pull back. I'm not saying that he's guilty I'm not saying that he's guilty and or wrong, right? Like, and we're all adults. Hold on. First of all,
no, I get it. No, I get it.
We're all adults. And so if you go into a situation like that, right, you got to know, like in the back of your mind, like, yo, I'm a pro athlete. Mm-hmm. So I can't just walk into this situation like any other dude off the street.
You have to know that shit. You have
to know that at the back of your mind.
But what I'm saying is, what says that he didn't walk in there?
Hold on, pause. You know what? You know why I'm not gonna say he didn't know that?
No. I know.
James gave us the game a long time ago. He said, I can't even walk up to a chick in a party unless. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Like, come
Mm-hmm.
on, man. Like
No, that's not what I'm
the
saying.
blueprint was laid out for you a long time ago. Let's
But
just be
who's to
clear.
say he didn't do what he was supposed to do? The man was just getting a massage. Like, who's to say, honestly? Because it's only 20 something, it's 20 something women. Now, as a professional athlete, they have sex with 20 something women in a month. That
Right.
easily. This was within a year. So if we honestly, if nigga was like some fucking predator, like it would be like real broads, like
I
real
don't.
women. These are people, these are just
Not a
therapists.
predator.
What
I don't
about the
think he's a
women in the
predator.
street that he met, that he know, that he's dated? Have they said anything like in this? Is this consistent with anything that's like any of his dating history? I mean, they have to take that in consideration as well. Like you can't
Uh,
just say, oh, he's only a predator when he gets a massage.
I
Get the fuck
agree,
out of
but
here.
they
That
don't
makes no
have
sense.
to. I
That makes
agree,
no
but they don't
sense.
have to take that into consideration, Chris. They
I'm
don't.
talking about us, the people that believe the dumb shit. We gotta understand. Oh, the nigga's only a predator when he gets a massage. All the other women he's dated say he's a stand-up guy. The nigga that gave his paycheck to motherfuckers during the pandemic. Everybody in the world, the nigga gave his paycheck to people in the cafeteria. I think was at Clemson or some shit like that because they weren't making no money. Now everybody in the world said this nigga has
I don't mean you didn't do it.
in integrity out this world, but only when he gets massages, he's an animal. Come on, I mean, does that sound right, y'all? Only when, and then only during the pandemic, when he says he's going to leave Houston, all of a sudden now the women within that small time frame that are associated with that attorney, because they're in Houston during the pandemic, and the attorney is best friends with the owner. We can't dismiss all that. We can't act like that ain't there.
We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
We can't act like that ain't there.
Say cool. Any last words on this portion of the Deshaun Watson situation?
Say cool, just chilling.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, there's not much we could really say because there's not much information to say on it. You know, like I said, the majority of the stuff what we're saying is a lot of speculation and a lot of things of that nature. Like I said, my biggest thing is the fact that these are all civil cases. Like, I mean, like I said, it just seemed like it's a straight money grab, because if it was something other than that, you would think it would come out in a different way. But like I said, just timing and the civil side of it, they just seem to be fishy.
Let's turn the page on this a little bit, man. So let's get into another portion of the situation, man. I asked you all this question. The question to the situation was Chris started going into, and we're gonna start off with Precious with this situation. Is I don't want to say it all nice and neat. I want to say it the way that it really is, and that's this. Were these fuck sessions gone back? Were these really ever intended to be massages at all? You know what I'm saying? Because, with all the Instagram situation,
you can't
no.
answer that question.
I got you. Listen, let me explain it while I'm asking.
You got a point. But I just thought about that with that IG shit. You're right though.
Let me finish. With all the Instagram shit going on, and the fact that a lot of these girls with Instagram people, and you hiring masseuses or whatever from Instagram, you know what I'm saying? So how professional do you think that shit is? Not at all. I think a lot of these situations were sex situations gone bad. Let me finish, and I want Precious. I want to hear from her. I think that when the sex was over, he told them to get out. They didn't like it, or I don't know. Maybe since he flew some of them to him, they probably thought they were going to spend the night. Knowing Deshaun Watson and most athletes, they don't let women spend the night all the time. You got to get out, or I'll set you up in a hotel. And every woman is not going to be receptive to that. You know what I'm saying? So the question out there: were these some sex sessions going bad? And do you think a large part of these women? I'm going to Precious first. Do you think a large portion of these women are on some get back shit? You know what I'm saying? Because, like we said, one woman came forth to begin with. Then the damn lawyer fucked up and told everyone when he printed the shit on Instagram that he took it off when he said, "I put all these women in contact with each other." What kind of shit is that? Go ahead, Precious.
It's interesting you asked that.
Wait a minute. He said he put all of them in contact with each other?
Put all of them in contact with each other.
How?
That's some fuck shit. Go ahead, Precious.
So that's an issue. That directly is an issue. if the attorney took the whole like brunt of all of that and contacted different women.
Yep.
Um,
It's not hard, man. If you write people's names down on the fucking internet, they
so
can look each other up.
it's not. However, like what? Okay, give me a second to like reconstruct my thoughts because originally I was going to say to you like I don't think that this was a oh, I'm just gonna for whatever reasons come out against Deshaun Watson. Why? Because you've been duped by other dudes before, right?
Mm,
You've been
mm.
duped by other dudes before. You've gone out with a dude. Y'all went out to wherever y'all went for
Wow.
dinner and hung
I didn't think of
out,
it
and
like
you
that, bro.
you did XYZ, and then at the end of the night, like, yeah, that didn't work out real well.
And
So I'm
Deshaun got
probably
money.
not gonna call him again.
Unlike them other dudes, Deshaun got money.
And again, I'm not trying to make this about. And I'm again, you got to understand. So if you want to get into that conversation, you got to think about people's trauma. You got to think about their upbringing. Like you got to think about the stuff that they've experienced in their real lives. And then, I mean, if you want to, you know how long we would be in this trial. You know how long we would be in this case if we had to consider every single female who brought charges up against this dude who has some underlying mental health issues or emotional trauma, like because everybody's experienced something. So my whole deal is this, right? Because I'm a solutions based person. I don't really care about um, the financial piece, right? I'm a solutions based person. If you're coming out and you're speaking out against Deshaun Watson and the terrible, awful that he did to you, right? Then we're going to talk about that and we're going to address that. And if you need counseling, we're going to pay for that.
Right.
But you're not getting a payday, ma'am. The end. I'm sorry. That's where I'm at on there. So
I'm always wondering how the fuck does the money make you feel better?
and then well, and so here's the thing. We can talk about this all day, but we can also talk
Right.
about the murders that are happening around the world
Right.
to black families who are also getting payoffs. Like, how is that going to make you feel better? How is that going to help you bring your loved one back? It's not. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to, I get it. I get it. Like, don't get me wrong. I get it. But I'm also fair in the way that I think about. I'm a logical thinker, right? The money is going to make you what? Somebody chime in. It doesn't matter who. Like, just chime in. The
Right.
money is going to make you what?
Rich. Just
Mm-hmm.
gonna
The
give
end.
you, just have you,
More damn hoe. I mean, my bad.
just give you more money.
Did you just say a hoe?
Yeah, well, that's what they doing. Cause all of them was having sex with him. Like when he brought up a good point. Like to be honest, that Instagram shit, them was hoes, man. Them was hoes. Now they just trying to get paid. That's just my thought.
But here's the thing.
I'm just
Here's the thing. Like, hold on. Before you call them hoes,
let's see that.
they're
Let's see how they look.
opportunists.
Well,
No, you can't call them. Hold on. Don't do that. Because they're not hoes. Because they're opportunists.
my
They're
bad. That's
opportunists.
just the title. My bad. Can you give a different title? What's the other way?
I gave it to you
I said
already.
opportunity.
Oh, they're opportunists. Okay, well, they're my bad. They're a bunch of opportunists. Cool. Let's see how they look. Now, if they all like probably like got weave, lashes, bad, we can tell there's nothing
And
about
we ain't going to do that. That's some Christian. We ain't doing it
there's
like
nothing
that.
about massage or therapy with them.
All
We
right.
already know.
It
We
doesn't
can
matter
already
how
look
they
at
look.
them and
It
tell.
doesn't matter
We
how
look
they
at
look,
all of them. They
man.
got fat asses. They got fat asses and lashes. And
Hey, we ain't doing that
you
with
got,
you today, Chris. That
you,
don't have to do
bruh,
it.
come on now. If they are supposed to be massage therapists, they should be. Come on,
Man,
they should be.
we ain't
Come on,
doing
they
that.
should be. We should be able to see them.
Let's just say that they're women and leave it at that. We don't give a fuck what they look like. We don't. I don't
No,
care.
they bad. They probably bad as shit too.
All
Bad,
right.
bad. Ooh, they fine as shit.
So tell me this, Christian. Well, tell me
Yeah.
this in general. It doesn't. This isn't even directed at Christian. This is more of a. You are a black man. right? In America, we already understand the things that you face in general,
Mm,
right?
mm.
Tell me from the beginning why you would place yourself in a position to even be called out, right? Like, so my whole deal is this: I don't care that, yeah, you have X amount of dollars, you can probably change my entire world in like a 30-second span. Fine. But what in the back of your mind, what in your upbringing, what in your level of insecurity needs you to be to the place where you just got to have every woman on the planet? Like, you got to
Money,
have every woman that's to your disposal.
money,
Why?
money.
For what?
People like to floss about dumb shit. So, and that's why I wanted to go into this portion of the conversation.
I
Bro,
mean,
listen, and I gotta say it again. Deshaun Watson has seen many examples of guys getting fucked over. Why would you think it would be any different for you? You one of the highest paid guys in the NFL. You're one of the highest paid guys in the NFL. And
Just
you're
signed the contract.
and you're a black quarterback. And say cool, I'm pretty sure you know about this as well. And I'm gonna alarm Precious and Chris if they don't know about it. And Deshaun Watson just did about 3 or 4 sessions, but y'all gonna learn how this plays into all this shit. He did about 3 or 4 sessions with other black quarterbacks or quarterbacks who've retired from the game about how black quarterbacks are mistreated in the NFL. So he put them out there. He put them on the stage. He completely put them out there. You feel me, Chris? So when you're doing shit like that, which is good, you can't be doing some bullshit behind the scenes that they can catch you up on, bro.
like
You feel me?
what?
You're coming out
But
to the
see,
NFL.
but what is he? But what y'all? But what you're saying basically is that he's guilty because
No,
you keep saying he's
I'm
doing
saying
some.
he's,
He put
I'm
himself in
saying,
no.
I'm
He
saying he's
put
been
himself in a.
guilty.
What if he was just getting a
Listen,
massage and they're all lying?
I got
And then
you.
what? Like at that point, then what are we saying? Like he
But
put himself. He
but he
shouldn't
is
get a
guilty.
massage.
He is stupid. He is guilty of being stupid on the situation.
How?
He really is.
How? No, but
Chris,
how?
Chris,
I'm trying to
if
figure
you
out how.
see this happen to athlete after athlete, why? Let me asking you again. Why would you think you was any different?
But whether okay, my thing is
What makes
that
you
means
think a girl wouldn't
no.
do it
What,
to you?
okay, I get what you're saying, but
Right.
but if we take what you're saying, that means we're saying that he's guilty. Because if you're
No, I'm
saying
not
that,
saying he's guilty. I'm
let
not
me
saying he's
finish.
guilty.
Let me finish that because that's only that's all. That's what
Well,
that
then don't say
alludes to.
we.
That's
Don't
what
say
it
we.
alludes to, though, Twan.
Don't say
Because
we.
if you're saying that if you've seen what happened to all other athletes,
No, I'm
right?
saying he's guilty
Then
of being stupid.
okay, so what I'm trying to say is you being stupid about doing what? Get it? What if he was legitimately getting a massage? Like, hold up, like every other NFL player does. What if he was legitimately getting massages and these motherfuckers are legitimately lying on him?
All right.
How is he putting this? How is he being stupid
I got
about making a decision? I'm just saying, what if that is the case?
I'm going to explain that.
Because that still could be the case,
I
right?
got you. I got
Could
you.
that still be the case?
Now, stay cool and Precious and Chris, follow me on this. Just one statement. Now that Deshaun has done this stupid thing and he didn't think it out well, he's now once again reiterated to every other black player in the NFL, bruh, I guarantee you all, look, tell me in my line, say cool. I guarantee you all massage appointments and shit got cut off. If you had them shits lined up, you called them girls and you was like, nah, man, I can't do that shit. Because who's to say one of them same girls ain't with the Deshaun Watson case?
Right.
They know each other. I
So,
would see, Chris. I'm
check this
telling you,
out. But check
Chris.
this out.
No.
Check
You're
this
not
out.
listening,
So
Chris.
that means
If you were in
you
the
know what this
NFL,
does? What this does?
listen.
What this does,
Hey,
though,
Chris,
Twan, this opens the door
listen.
for any. Hold up, Twan.
No.
You just can't. You've been
I'm
talking.
asking
You can't just
you.
rule. Hold up, bro.
I'm asking you.
I know, but let me finish. Let me chime in what you just said. Like this opens the door for any other masseuse in the world to think back in her head and say, you know what? Someone's dick fell on my hand. Now I can call back and get a lawsuit. Like think about what this opens the door to. Like it makes no sense because that's what the accusations are. That's what it's actually that's what it's written. The accusations against this man is that during the massage, his penis fell on their hand. Like that means any masseuse can just think back on any dude that they done did a massage to, any NFL player. That means they can open up the book on anybody right now. How's that? Think about that.
Christian, I'm completely with you on that. I honestly 100% agree. I really do. However, as a player, you have to think back to those players who have been in similar situations.
Name one player. No,
Hold
name
on.
one player. Name one player that's got a
I'm
massage and been
sorry,
accused of
excuse
this.
me. We don't even really got to go that far.
No, but that's where we at. No, you have to go to this situation
Antonio
because he's been
Brown.
doing a normal
No,
activity that all NFL.
this
No,
is
listen.
because this
He was
is
doing
like
no. Think about it, Precious. He's doing a normal activity that all NFL players do. Now, name one NFL player that's been doing a normal activity like getting a massage and been accused like this. Other NFL players been with a girlfriend or abusing them in situations, in domestic situations. This is not domestic. This right here is he's doing a normal activity that NFL players do. All of these are trained individuals. Now, name one situation that he had to go by to say, I shouldn't do this. Now, think about it now.
name one situation where he had to really go outside and seek additional services because the NFL provides you with a masseuse.
Not doing COVID. All this is doing. You didn't hear this?
Hold
All
on.
this is doing
The
COVID.
NFL provides you with
Not
an
doing
ice
COVID.
bath.
Not doing
The
COVID.
NFL provides you with an ice bath after every game.
Ice bag. These are
Ice
professional
bag.
athletes. These are professional athletes. This is not no Pop Warner ice pack. These people need somebody actually.
Listen,
honestly,
do you think?
you can't
Hold
just
on.
give
Do
them an
you
ice
really
pack.
think
Come on.
we're gonna
Yes.
offer you? Hold on. Do you really think we're gonna offer you that kind of money, but we don't offer you a masseuse?
These people have their own sweetheart. They don't offer you that. They have their own trainers. What I don't know what you're thinking about. The NFL don't offer you that. They have their own personal trainers.
If
The
I
NFL
had
pays you.
dated
The
one,
NFL pays you.
if I hadn't dated one,
and
we'd be
you're
having a
no,
different
that's
conversation.
not how it works.
If I hadn't dated one, we'd be having a different conversation.
Say what?
If I hadn't dated one, we'd be having a different conversation.
Hey,
I
Chris,
get what you're
let's let
saying,
her,
but we're
let's let her
talking
go.
about.
Let's let her go
did you-
uninterrupted, and then we'll come back.
I mean, I get that, but I'm saying, but
My whole deal
starters-
is you have to know in the back of your mind that you're always a target, period. I am not saying by any stretch of the imagination that this dude is guilty. I'm not. But you know what? Here's the thing. You're a target even if you're not a target. Because it could have been anybody. It could have been any, like, it didn't have to be a masseuse. It could have been any chick you were standing next to in the grocery store. If she felt like on that day, you know what? Boom. His penis got hard while I was standing in line in front of him at Publix. Guess what? She got a whole ass case.
so he needs to what? So basically, what you're saying is he needs to be mindful, even
Just
being in public.
mindful. Just mindful.
But that what you just said didn't make any sense.
Think about Grant Hill. Think about Grant Hill, right? Grant Hill would not even allow chicks in his room.
Mm-hmm.
If he had delivery, if he had room service, guess what? Leave that outside the door. I'll get it once she leaves.
That's smart.
Period. You gotta think, you gotta be 10 steps ahead of your opponent. Let's just be clear.
Say cool.
You ain't never heard Grant Hill getting caught up in nothing.
Nothing. He was smart.
I'm not.
Period.
Hello. We gotta let
I'm not
Sekou get into this. Gotta let Sekou get into this.
No football player.
It's four of us. Let's go. Sekou, do you want to get in this madness?
Yo, Wallet. I'm here. I mean, like I said, like I said, you started with. I don't really know. Everybody points is crazy. I mean, there's a lot of good points everywhere. I mean, it's a lot of it's a lot of different ways you could go with it. Because I mean, it's easy for one to say she shouldn't be. I mean, he couldn't be around these people. It's easy to say, you should learn from these people. Once again, like not knowing the true situations, it's hard to really talk much on it. Like I said, all we're doing is hearing what we're hearing, which really isn't much. You know what I mean? So I mean, just as Chris is
it's a lot
saying,
of information.
if it's true that they talking about his penis fell on their arm, like that's some bullshit. You know what I mean? But if it's more than that, then I mean it is what it is. But you know, like I said, most of these cases, you know that, you know, if you know the end game, you 9 out of 10 probably was sex. You know, that could be wrong. We don't know. You know, just like we say, like back in the days, but when we talk about the Cosby stuff and this and that, why are you pulling up at his hotel at 1 a.m. and think you're gonna go over screenplays? So, you know, I mean, it's a lot of who, you know, woulda, coulda, shoulda stuff going on, you know. So I mean,
Bro, so all right. Another thing I forgot to tell y'all.
We gotta move on though, man, because we got a lot more.
This is the last thing I need to tell y'all though. He made people sign a non-disclosure, right? These are the women that Deshaun on his massage.
All of them didn't sign NDA. All of them didn't sign NDA.
You're not listening. I'm telling you, he made people sign non-disclosure. These are the women that didn't. The women that are filing against him. These are the women that didn't file.
Why wouldn't he get them to sign this shit?
So that's think about that. The women that, all right, they didn't sign one. Now they want money.
Nah, bro. Listen, so check this out. Listen to this point. If you don't want to sign an NDA, right? I can't use you. It's that simple. That means you get to say whatever the fuck you want, opposed to you can't say shit at all.
Which tells you
what, on Deshaun, bro. That's on him.
Which tells you what? The whole shit is made up, bro.
I'm just saying, look.
If he's gonna be a smarter guy when he get out of this, right? And these people didn't sign one, they whole storyline, in my opinion.
So look, the 7 lawsuits was filed between Monday, the stripes and incidents that were alleged that took place from April 2020 to March 2021. So they're saying as of 2 weeks ago, less than 2 weeks ago, was his last situation. So that's when the victim started and ended. So the last one that complained about him was just for something that supposedly happened 2 weeks ago. So, you know, he just kind of just stopped. It says 5 of the lawsuits were filed by massage therapists or people that were alleged hired to give a massage. One of the lawsuits, like Chris mentioned earlier, was filed by an esthetician, and another one by a woman that offers valuable various wellness therapy services, which means half of these women weren't even fucking legal. They had no licensures to do that shit, which is why I think these were some sex sessions or whatever, because it's just like, I'm a big time athlete. I need real massages or whatever. I don't need girls massaging me that say that they do massages like what we do at home for our girlfriends or boyfriends or wives. They don't make us a real masseuse because we do that for them. And you know what I'm saying? And then Chris mentioned with the esthetician before, an esthetician is a motherfucker that uses a variety of cosmetic skin treatments. You know what I'm saying? So that goes to tell you further. And the thing is, you don't have to have a license to be that. So you can just call yourself that. So my thing, and the reason why I'm saying how much to blame is Deshaun for this is because is this, and I'm gonna leave that shit alone. Is this? We can't say it has happened to other players. It happened to Antonio Brown. It happened to Kobe. It happened to fucking Kobe. I'm not talking about the guys that and there's some other athletes that I'm starting to forget right now, where this type of shit went down where women said guys touched them, you know what I'm saying, and the shit got kicked out or for whatever. Like, you know, the girl that was with Antonio Brown who said that he ejaculated on her back was a masseuse.
So I would be interested in knowing how many times these charges have been brought up against these players. And that's some research I can do myself. But how many times have these charges been brought up against these players that really just didn't happen? And how many of these women got paid off
just money grab?
Make it go away.
This is why I said earlier, it hurts the women who have really been sexually assaulted. So do you have to put a rule in play that if Precious says that Chris touched her and he did it, and she's found guilty of lying, then she got to go to fucking jail.
I don't know if it should be jail time, but
Nah, you got to go to
I do
jail. You could
not
have ruined
think
this
there
man's
needs to
name.
be. My personal opinion is I don't think it needs to be a payday
Precious, if the
because
guys got to go to jail, y'all got to go to jail. Bottom line.
hold on. My whole deal is why does there need to be a payday? If he has to
Right,
go to jail, then justice has been served, and
right.
I'm okay because I said what I said. I said that this particular thing happened to me. Justice was brought up, but why do I need a payday?
How do you look? Hold on, I got to ask you a
But
question.
that sounds cool. But when they offering you a couple of million, you be like, yeah, I see why I need to pay that.
But here's the thing,
Hold on,
because
I
if
got
you're
to know
smart,
something.
because if you're smart about it, why not just write a book and just get
Right,
a book deal?
right. Why do you?
Man,
Yeah, like what? Superhead. You should learn. Y'all should learn from her. Stop
Here's the
ratting on
thing,
dudes.
and I
Stop ratting
rock
on
with
dudes
her.
and write
I
a
do.
book.
I,
Write,
I, I rock with her. I really
write a
do.
book.
I got two of her books.
But hey, but Christian say cool, man, because y'all both have one of these. How do you touch a female with your dick? Unless you're standing up, you're right next to us. How do you make your
I'm gonna mute my mic because I want to hear this.
listen? How do you touch a woman with your dick? I know
he's
we
laying.
can make it. I know we can make it move around and shit, but they make it sound like the shit reach out and grab them.
Nah, because he's laying down on the massage chair, and apparently they're saying that he gets
Massage
erect.
table. Massage table.
Same thing. My bad.
So my thing is this. I say that to say this. If he could do that, right? Aren't your hands that close?
Yeah, because he's requesting that they massage his inner thigh area, his
So
groin area.
isn't it a chance that you're going to accidentally hit it anyway?
So, bro, that's the whole point. So think about it. Like, how many, as a butcher, you can't, as a butcher, how many times you think you work 30 years cutting meat? You're going to accidentally cut your hand. How many times you think you'll cut your hand? Just like if you massage a nigga, you might accidentally touch his foot. How many times you might touch the nigga dick? You know what I mean? I mean, that's just part of the fucking game. You know what I mean? That's just part of it. But that's not inappropriate. That's just part of the game. That comes with the territory of being a masseuse. Like, with anything else, man. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the part. So they're saying like he's laying on his back.
So
He
let me help you
erect.
help yourself a little bit because it sounds like you might be reaching just a tad, right? So speaking from experience of a woman who gets a Brazilian, right? Um, when I go into and this may be TMI for listeners, I don't know,
Nah,
but
I want to hear this, bro,
when
because
I go
listen,
in to get my
nah,
Brazilian,
nah, 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 nah. I want to hear what Precious is gonna say because there's gay women out there and they do Brazilians, and who's to say they ain't trying to touch you? So let's go.
So here's the thing. My expectation is that you're gonna go get all the areas that I want you to get. I don't want you to snatch up not nothing in my main. Like, I mean, you're gonna get everything out of my main area without getting the main. And so my deal is as long as you're getting like the crevices, like fine, cool. You walking me through everything that you're doing at that particular moment.
Mm.
But the very first second that I feel like I'm being violated, that's gonna be an issue, sis. Like, here's the thing. You know what I came in here for? This is what it sounds like on this is the job, this is the description of what the Brazilian is.
Mm. I know what it
But
is. It's a script.
different in getting a massage, that's completely different than getting a massage. First of all,
It's absolutely not different from
okay.
getting sir.
I'm
Let
trying
me
to tell you
explain something to you.
from experience of getting a
What do you
massage,
have? You have blow
like you like to do experiences from experience of getting plenty massages as from being an athlete and just getting massages as being a man. When you're getting your thighs massaged, first of all, we have testicles and we have balls. You guys don't have none of that. And when you're laying on your back, and if it's depending on how you if you're limp or how you go, the shit falls down. And if they're getting the inner thigh, they might touch your shit. It has happened. It's not like If they do, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and they'll put the cover right there.
That's what
That's just
said.
it. Just happen. It happens. But I'm just
Christian.
saying that it happens like that. I mean, plenty of times. I mean, it's not like they mean to, but they try not to. They
Christian.
definitely try not to. They go out of their way to try not to.
Christian,
Yes, ma'am.
we can't move anything when we're getting a Brazilian.
That's
You
so.
got
That's
one
what.
or two.
That's why you
You
can't
got
compare
one
it.
or two positions.
Okay, that's why you can't compare it. We're not comparing that. We're talking about a
No,
man
but
getting
what
a
I'm
massage
saying
there.
to you, but what I'm
So it
saying is,
happens. If a woman, if his dick might touch her, if he gets erect in that area and his dick falls on her hand or something, it may happen. You can't say that it won't happen. You can't. It will. Obviously, it has. Hell, dead people dick fucking move.
Man, whatever. This nigga right here.
They do. Shit, I seen a dead person. I seen a dead person sit up, man.
Right now, we don't want to hear about that shit, man.
All right, but go ahead. But yeah, I'm just saying, precious, honestly, like when getting a massage, it could happen to a man. Maybe not to a woman because you don't have none of that like we got.
But she's speaking as a woman, bro.
I get that, but we talking about
how her genitals move.
Okay, cool. We talking about Deshaun though, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, unless you got both.
But like you were saying, Twan, that's what you were saying though. Like it could happen. Like
it can. So my thing is this, but I told you, I don't think they were real massages anyway. Not all of them. Listen, man.
Probably not though.
Let's go to this. I'm gonna let Sekou go with this. Brian Burney. This was the who works currently as the Texans quarterback coach, and he's Deshaun Watson's marketing manager. As of today, he said that he was contacted in January 1st by a woman who asked for $30,000 to buy her silence, and then by a man claiming to represent that woman who warned that they would blackmail Watson. I don't know why he waited so late to come out to tell this shit, but today he came out with this information, and he's currently he's currently his marketing manager. So with him being Deshaun's marketing manager now, who was a fucking quarterbacks coach, down inside those add up. Should we believe what he's saying, bro?
Antoine, was he the quarterbacks coach at Houston or at Clemson?
He works as the Texas quarterback coach. He still is. But he also is Deshaun's marketing manager. That means he has two jobs.
Isn't that so he has a personal job?
It seems like a conflict of interest. Yeah,
it seems like it though.
Right.
I guess it's legal because he's doing
his name is Brian Burney. You can look him up. He came out today. He made the statement himself. So it's two things to this. Do we believe what he's saying? And he's still employed by the Texans. So how do they feel about this shit? They because the Texans wouldn't want him to release no shit like that. So it's probably safe to say that he ain't gonna be the fucking quarterbacks coach there no more. And he's siding with Watson. And he's saying this lady, whoever this was, and he has it on his phone, still saved. But why? I'm not understanding why they wouldn't have come out with this already and said it. Why did they wait till the day to say this shit?
So
CBD good.
What you're saying, Twan, to speak to what you're saying, according to my notes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So apparently she's saying like they're like, oh no, this sounds like extortion.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh no, it's not extortion, this is blackmail.
Mm-hmm.
They two different words in the court.
What's the difference?
Extortion and blackmail, they two different words in the court of law.
Sure.
And so basically, sis was like, listen, I want 30,000 to be quiet.
Right. So man, that's like, look, that's a fucking monkey wrench. See what I'm saying? How, let's say all these other women are telling the truth. You saw this one chick, might have fucked all that shit up for the rest of these girls. Because now it's doubt. Let's put it like this. Deshaun Watson is already in court. People say court hasn't started. No, he's in the court of public opinion already.
Twan, did he say the girl's name?
No, because he can't.
Okay, is it one of the accusers?
Yes,
She was
Oh
the
yeah.
first.
she was
She
the
was one of the
first. Yeah.
first accusers.
Oh
But
yeah. Oh
she
yeah.
didn't. They didn't name her. And then what the marketing manager didn't say was that she came to she came to him first. Like, listen, I need $30,000, and I'm not gonna say anything. And so he said to her, well, what is this for? And
Mhm,
she's like, well, XYZ occurred,
mhm.
whatever.
He didn't go into details about
He
it.
did, they didn't have that conversation. So then Deshaun comes back on the back end like, well, we're gonna offer her
Mhm.
thirty
So,
thousand dollars,
so say,
not
cool.
to
Now
say
that you've heard this new information, cool, what you thinking? Because it's like the light bulb been went off on over your head
No,
over there.
no. I heard that earliher. I mean, I heard actually that I heard it was whoever they approached, it was more than one person. So I mean it was just yeah, 'cause they said it was that one, and then there were more that was that came up with um
Mhm.
uh I guess going back to like what we saying, like why it didn't come up earlier. I think it didn't come up earlier because it, like I said, well, I mean, like once again, I don't know, but I'm thinking it wasn't that big a deal, and I didn't think that it was going to get to where it got. Because as soon as it popped up, Deshaun himself had addressed it and said it's a money grab. They approached us as somebody that came at us trying to get this money, and I'm gonna clear my name and keep it moving. And then after that, then then that's when the snowball,
Mhm.
started rolling. You know,
so.
and
So
then it
can
just happened.
I interject and like throw in like another
I'm
like
gonna let you. I'm gonna let you
I do this,
interject,
right?
Precious. I'm gonna let you interject. I'm gonna let you go, but let me read a statement real quick.
Hmm.
And again, this is the guy Brian Burney, the guy who this is the quarterbacks coach for Deshaun Watson and his personal marketing manager. So he also stated in mid-January 2021, he said, I spoke with an individual who I believe, and we're talking about the same lady, and the plaintiff identified as Jane Doe. So he's letting you know he can't say her name. And Jane Doe versus Deshaun Watson, and they have a case number for. So evidently somebody actually did something with this, and it didn't go no fucking way. Currently pending, but no, it's still pending in Harris County in Texas. And it says, it is clear to me that the person I spoke with met with Deshaun Watson on December 28th, the same day that the Jane Doe contends in her petition that she met with Deshaun. When I spoke with Mrs. Doe in January, she stated that she wanted a settlement, which we just said, for $30,000 to keep her quiet. And he said, I asked her what she would be silent about and whether anything had happened with Deshaun against her will. And she confirmed that everything that occurred was, what am I going to say? Was consensual.
Consensual.
So how the fuck you gonna sue him and you saying it's consensual? What kind of what is this new shit? So when I hear shit
But
like
it's
that, I
not
further and
new.
further
But
think
that's the
Deshaun
thing, though,
Watson
Sean.
is not
That's the
lying.
thing. That's the thing. It's kind of not new, right?
So
Like we've been watching this unfold for like
what the
years.
fuck is she suing for?
But we've been watching all of this unfold for like almost 2 years now,
Yeah.
right? So everybody wants a payday. It's like, listen, here's the thing. COVID came and knocked everybody out the box. And I'm not trying to blame COVID, but I'm being real. Here's the thing, right? It started with Kelly, right? We don't even gotta dig that deep because his was like underage. But then you had some other chicks that was like overage that shouldn't, like, for real. We having this conversation and y'all like the same age as this dude. So like if you're talking about like women out here looking for a payday, it happens. So that's why you got to bring it back to the guy. This isn't about, and I'm not trying to throw men under the bus.
Bro, I'm with you. I already
You
know what you're
just
gonna say.
need to be smarter about what you're doing, who you moving with. Like what I mean, seriously? Like you really out here in these streets still hollering at Instagram chicks like that you never met, but you gonna fly them out and to give you a massage? It ain't no European massage therapist in your area or nothing. It ain't no Precious James in your area or nothing that's gonna give you a massage and be cool with it. Like you know
Oh,
what I mean? Like, come
these the
on, like
same
cut it out.
these the same girls when they with celebrities that when your ass go to sleep, they pull their cell phones out. and they go, look at Christian boy, look at his ass laying down fucking sleep. I'm in his crib. I'm in his bathroom right now. Look at the shit he
Lawrence
keeps.
Taylor.
They go live with this shit.
Lawrence Taylor. I literally just listened to the joint the other day, like, and
Super
they
had
were
put
saying,
Bobby
like,
Brown out there. Remember when she was recording him?
Bobby Brown.
She was like, when Bobby Brown back then, she was like, look at this dumb motherfucker sleep on my couch. When he was with Whitney. Bruh, you gotta be careful with that kind of money when you got that kind of money, bro. You don't hear about common guys. You don't hear a lot about common guys getting going to court for this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because let's face it, the world doesn't care. But when you're a big name, and you should know that, it's different for you. Everything can be sweeter for you, but it can also be harder for you in life. Come on, man. Bro, you didn't need that many massage. Somebody was gonna say some dumb shit. And they just signed an NDA. That's on Deshaun. That's on him. So, in the court of stupidity, he loses. I'm not. But I think he's innocent of the
so, but
charges.
here's the thing. All right. So, okay. All right. So now, in his defense, because I could do it all, right? In his defense,
I'm just talking about the stupidity shit.
he's a 25 year
I don't
old.
think the man's guilty
Hold
of
on.
what they saying.
He's a 25-year-old young man, right?
Right.
We don't know what his lifestyle was like prior to getting into the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. He could have been the corniest dude from his high school that just so happened to be a great football player. And let's just be clear: when they sign you up for college, they not necessarily putting you through like all these, like, oh, this is what you should do, like, we're going to put you through these public relations classes so that you know what to do when you're faced with these types of situations. All right, so let's just be clear. And again, I'm not saying that that makes any excuse, but the
Yeah,
reality of the
Precious. Get it,
situation is
get it, get
most
it,
dudes
dude.
that play football.
They actually do, Precious. When you first go into the NFL, and the guys can back me up, they have an NFL symposium where all the rookies go to, and because your boy Carter that used to be on FS1 got fired for that shit. Where all these veteran football players tell these guys what they're gonna encounter, what they need to stay away from, women that try to get at you, and just been smart about shit. He knew. He knew.
So add
But he wasn't,
alcohol,
but they
Percocet,
don't listen. That's the difference.
weight loss slash gain, drugs slash sex slash, like, come on, add all of that stuff in there.
It's a different world, man, because look, he went to Clemson. He was getting chicks at Clemson, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
Again,
if we're gonna
if
talk about
we
that,
were talking
no
about
girls from
people,
Clemson came forward for none of this behavior.
if we were talking about like men I hadn't actually encountered and
Mhm.
knew like personally, this might be a different conversation.
All right.
But you have common sense. Like, it
Right.
ain't nothing wrong with your faculties. You can understand and you can make judgments. There's nothing wrong with your faculties. And if you're saying that you know, at that moment, I just could not make a wise decision, your mama gonna be mad. For real, your mama gonna be mad.
Mm.
So at the end of the day, like, the responsibility still lies with the player. It's not the woman. You should automatically assume every female you meet that you don't already know and have a relationship with is out to get you in his particular state,
Mhm.
in my mind. Period.
And see, the thing is this, man, and I'll put it like this. Yes, if you are a multi-million-dollar star, but guys that don't have that kind of money don't think like that. We don't. But I think you have to kind of know when your money changes and you live in the same country we live in, it's gonna be different, bro. You can't trust everybody, bro. You can't trust everybody when you don't have money, you know? So shit. Man, look, say cool. What does Deshaun Watson go from here? Where does he go from here? You know, I know he's gonna have his day in court if it ever reaches court.
Um,
But the question is this: should this man pay these girls off and make it go away, or should he do what he said he's gonna do and fight for his name and go to court as far as he is? Just a quick side note before you get started: I think all of them, and I know that it's not admissible in court. I think all of them should have the fucking polygraph test. All of them, just to know what we're dealing with.
Just a polygraph?
For now, for now. You know what I'm saying? Where does this man go from here, Sick?
personally, I mean, I think, if I know I didn't do anything, I'm gonna fight the shit.
Yeah.
So definitely fight it. I think what they need to do too is at this, well, shit, he wasn't gonna play any damn way. They need to do something as far as just taking him away from the whole NFL side, because that's a whole thing that they, still talking about him being traded. Like that shouldn't even be a conversation at the moment. So I mean, I know they have the joint with the what's it, the commissioners list or whatever. They do that and they can pull him away and he get his bread. I mean, they do what they got to do on that side, and then they handle things the way they got to handle it, as far as legally and so on and so forth. And if he's able to beat it and do everything the way he need to do it, you go ahead. I mean, if it don't work out, then I mean, it is what it is. But I think
Should he
I'd fight
still
it.
be
If
paid?
I know I'm right, I'm gonna fight it. Huh?
Should he still be paid during this investigation?
If
Exempless
he's
is
on the
why.
Again,
if he's
if
on the
there are
commission,
no criminal charges.
if he's on the
If you're on the
commissioner's list,
exempt list,
he
you
would
continue
still
to
he'd
get
still
paid.
get paid on the
Yeah.
commissioner's list. He'll still get paid. It's just like what he just would be like, just off to the, like you won't see him still all in the limelight. Like, oh, the so and so team still trying to trade for him, and so and so still like, it just be right now
But he'll still
he's
get his
off.
money.
Yeah, he still get paid, but he's just off in the cut while they deal with what they got to deal with.
All right, here we go, man. Chris, because I already know your answer. I have no wild answer in this place. Would you pay these women off, man, or would you just go through the court system? I know you almost spit that shit up, didn't you?
I don't know. First, they not. I wouldn't pay them. Definitely not get paid. Can't get paid. Like why? I mean, um, I would probably hire a hitman. No, I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking. With you. I just fuck.
I was about to hit the I'm about to hit the
I
mute
just
button.
fucking. I just fucking. Precious God. Precious, bring your ass back.
No, I'm here.
Nah,
I'm just not gonna say shit. You
Go
see
ahead.
that picture right there?
nah,
That's when she don't have
nah.
nothing else to say on the
Hey, look,
topic.
let me
But honestly,
disassociate myself in this shit too. Say, cool, you
damn
might want to
y'all.
disassociate yourself from this shit, man.
Damn. They still
Nah,
know
man.
y'all.
When you want to disassociate yourself, put your picture up there. Yeah.
Damn, you put play cool picture up there.
I'm not responsible for no
Man, that's
words.
dope. No, but seriously though, I just find that this is just stupid how ironic the man don't want to play for them. Then all of a sudden, all these people come out. All these people. I mean, they're just trying to tarnish this man's name. So you got to fight for your name, bro. I mean, and then once you get one person, once you turn one person as a liar, it's gonna be easier to get all the rest of them. Like, oh yeah, you all the rest of your line. Then I need this to be a lesson. Like Deshaun, damn man, I hate this because his career probably gonna be done. I mean, in my opinion, I hope not. But I mean, come on, the man got this. They look at all this shit they put on this man career, man. They just tarnishing the man like record, like just everything about the man. They just tarnishing, bro. Like real for real. So I don't know. I fight for my name personally. If I know I didn't do nothing. Now, if I know there's a possibility, just go ahead and get them girls that money and try to move on. Either way, he in a touchy situation.
I ain't giving them shit. Nah, man. I mean, I'm not coming off no money. I'm fighting my way out in court because I know that the Houston Texans the Texans have a lot to do with this shit. Uh, as regards to them, I think the Houston Texans set all this shit up. I really, really do. because Deshaun put them out there, and then we're gonna go back to the team. We're all familiar with the fucking owner and what the owner said about the team last year. He said you cannot let. He said that the team was like prison, and you cannot let the inmates run the prison.
Prison.
And that's
Yeah.
where they went with that situation, and that's how all this shit started.
He actually
Then
said
on
that.
top of the fact,
Yeah.
no, then on top of the fact that Deshaun was
What?
like, yeah, he said that shit. Then on top of the fact, because so the owner was racist as shit. He's died since then, and now his racist son is taking over. Then on top of the fact that this man wanted out and that he's out here talking big up in black quarterbacks and black players in the league, so that didn't help either. So to me, it starts with that team with Houston. I think they put all this shit into motion, and it's for them. It's a nigga stay in your place move. You put us out there, now we're gonna put your ass out there. You know what I'm saying? I think this is all about, and they don't want to pay this motherfucker. That's what it is. They don't want to pay him because even if he get traded, they gotta pay him. So as far as them, they trying to get out of this shit. They gonna spread this shit hard to keep having to pay this man. They owe him like fucking what 125, 132 million or some shit like that. So they don't want to pay him. And everybody knows in NFL. And what's the rule in NFL, Siko? Help me out. What's the rule in NFL? The only way you could get out of paying a player is what? Is if he misrepresents the NFL or does some sexual shit like misconduct.
Right. To nullify the contract. Other than that,
I think Houston put all this shit into play, man. I think they did, bro.
No.
On top of the fact that the fucking
like, ha, ha, ha.
yeah, on top of the fact that the fucking lawyer is best friends with what lives down the street from the man. Get the fuck out of here, man. And have y'all seen this lawyer? Have y'all seen the plaintiffs, the women? Have y'all seen their lawyer? This man is on Instagram flexing. Oh, he cares about his money. He's showing his boats, house.
They were just talking about some big case. Some $30 million case. He had just settled. Like he big money.
So he was on the cover of Time magazine in 2010 for that same case you're talking about. That same shit you're talking about, Sekou?
That was a 30 million one?
Yeah, big boy shit. Like he was on the cover of Time and shit. Like he a country boy though, a farmer. I think he went to Texas A&M.
Tony Busby. I'm putting his. We don't know the woman's name. We put his name, Tony Busby. Buzbee.
Wait a minute, but Twan. So tell me again. You're trying to tell me that the only way a player can't get paid is what now? The same charges they trying to get him on?
Is if he doesn't if it's sexual misconduct like something like this, or he does something that's detrimental to the
name.
To the name of the NFL, like
so
he's
basically
killing motherfuckers and shit like that.
So basically, ironically, the fucking lawyer lives up the street from the owner, and now the cases that are on this man because he doesn't want to play for the team are the exact cases that will not allow him to get paid. Exactly. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
That's how it works. Yeah, there ain't too many ways to get out. That's like how they was able to get Antonio Brown.
Wow.
Because he, they had him with his nonsense and they was able to just release him and walk away scot, without losing any money.
All it took is one too. All it took is one girl.
No, it took one for him.
It's I'm talking about all it took for Deshaun is one. So because once one came forward, all they had to do is find one because they knew he was doing Instagram. That was it. They just found all the rest of it. Like you just said the man put all of them in contact with one another, and they comparing their stories. The fuck? Yeah, he did the same shit, girl. Yeah, he texts me.
They all talking about how they going. They all collude their stories.
Here's a situation that's super funny to me, right? So this is what buzzed today. That Diddy is hollering at.
Yeah, he's trying to holler at this nigga's girl.
At Jillian Nias, which is Deshaun's girlfriend, right? So it's cute, right? I think it's funny.
Diddy
need to decide between
Precious like Sean Puffy Combs, Diddy?
That guy. I had posted on my page this morning. Yeah.
That was funny to me, right?
Like take that. Like really? All right.
That dude be getting around. Seriously.
So listen, I'm not judging nobody.
Diddy.
We don't know what the circumstances are. Like we don't know, right? But right at this moment, it just seems like Deshaun was on his la di da di da. I spent her back to the streets because I'm out here doing X Y Z. We don't know what happened, right? We don't know. But I just thought that was like kind of funny because did he really?
Well,
You
that's
gonna sweep
that's
down?
that's Diddy. He does dirty ass shit.
You gonna sweep down with the cape right now?
You don't know
Like
who he want to be. Look.
Didn't,
Speaking
didn't he?
speaking of
Didn't he
Diddy,
take? Didn't he take his son's girlfriend before?
yeah.
No,
I'll be sure, son.
well, technically that ain't his son like that.
right,
So
right.
he felt it was okay. That's I'll be sure, son. So, that's dope.
But you know what? I bet you Diddy is making all these women sign NDAs. They the band came after his ass.
And man,
I guarantee you. I guarantee you, he made every woman he sit down with sign an NDA. And there are players and celebrities out here who actually do that shit. They do. Who is it that they say? They said before he had sex with any woman, he make her sign the shit and say it's consensual. And Kanye West. Kanye West make women sign. He's made it well known. He makes women sign NDAs, bro. You ain't telling shit on me, bro. I don't give a fuck. That's smart. He's a fucking billionaire now.
Yeah.
Why work all this hard and then have somebody's fucking opinion take all your shit away because you moving stupidly? You know what I'm saying? Man, look, the more money you make, the way you move has got to change, bro. It's got to change.
You better.
You know, it's got to change. I know a lot of people don't believe. The more money you make, the more they're gonna hate you. The more they go come after your ass, man.
more money, more problems.
Shit, we heard that Jay-Z was cheating on Beyonce, but you ain't never gonna find out that girl's name. He made her sign an NDA. They said he got kids. We don't know if that's really his son, but you ain't never gonna know because they made that woman sign an NDA.
Or that daughter. That look just like him.
Shit, man. I feel sorry for Deshaun, and I feel sorry for the victims if any of these women have actually been sexually assaulted by him. If they have, Deshaun needs to do his time in jail, learn from this shit, and move on. But his career, I mean, I won't say his career is completely ruined, but his name is dirty. It's dirty now, man. You don't get to wipe this shit off.
I'm sorry. I beg to differ. If OJ came back after all that bullish,
They come back.
hold on, he threw himself back in that plane.
Right. But when did he
OJ
come
came
back?
back after that. Like the whole world was like, "Yo, you know what? All right, yeah, that's what they said, but you beat
No,
the
man. Well, hold on, person.
If
Hold on.
you
Black people
hold
didn't.
on. If you
Nah,
hold on,
black
I'm
people, we
saying
didn't give a fuck if he was guilty or not. We just wanted to win one.
for real, we didn't. For real, we didn't.
We didn't give a fuck about OJ.
We was up in the union
We don't
screaming.
give a fuck
Hell
about
yeah.
We was in the union going heavy like we gave a fuck.
We didn't give a fuck about him. We just wanted to win one. We just wanted the other side to know how that shit felt.
Yeah, we got one. I wonder how they was acting at white schools.
Bruh. I saw the reaction to the white people sitting
the
outside
opposite.
New York.
The exact opposite of how we was acting.
Oh my God.
I wonder they was going crazy in Carolina, like, yo, fuck y'all.
This is a travesty.
That damn, we was in the union jumping like Biggie was performing. Like this shit was crazy. Like, he was sick of
I'm
it.
just saying.
And they've been getting us back ever since. Trayvon Martin, all the people that the cops have killed, they've been getting us back ever since.
Kirk Franklin.
Not guilty. Look, man, we was gonna get into that Kirk Franklin shit tonight, man, but you know,
Nah, fuck with you, dope.
it is going on. Hey, look, man, we can touch on that. We can touch on that before we get out of here. But you know, we ain't gonna spend a whole lot of fucking time on it, man. But this shit should be fucking funny, man. So lately, brother Kirk Franklin has been in the news for cussing his son out over the voicemail and what he told him he put his foot in his ass, he choked his ass. for his son talking to him in a disrespectful way. If you don't know, Kirk Franklin and his son having a strange relationship. They hadn't talked for a while, and when we get into this, man, that's gonna be one of my points because I had a parent that I was not cool with growing up with, so I can speak from experience on the matter. But this is a generational situation, I think, man. And was Kirk Franklin right for what he said? Is it any of our fucking business for what he said? Should we be trying to tell this man how to parent his kids, especially when we know we do the same shit? It's just not on fucking camera. You know what I'm saying? So are people that are saying he's wrong, or are they being too judgmental with this man, with his child? And as far as the kid, is this the sign of the times with how fucking kids act now, man? With everything I be on social media, what the fuck is private even in your own home now, man? I think Precious wants to get into this first, so we're gonna go to her.
As an educator, okay, I sat through this whole ass meeting today
Let them know what you do in real life, man. You're a
with
teacher.
a parent whose child has missed 114 days out of my class.
Right. 114.
Out of my class. Mine
Never came
specifically.
to class.
So now, tell me from the beginning.
That's 4 months.
She's like, well, why is today the first time I heard? Bitch, we send progress reports and report cards. That's what we do. As a part of our job description, we got to let you know every once in a while that your kid is not showing up and or performing. Okay? And you've had a time or two, you had a phone call from somebody else to let you know whether this kid was performing or not. My whole deal is this. If you as a parent, like if you don't keep tabs on what you have going on with your kid, like if you don't have discussions with your kid like outside of like this is my career but I'm your parent, like they are two different worlds. You know what I mean? They're different worlds. Like you should be able to have whatever kind of discussion you want to have with your kid. Kirk Franklin don't have a heaven or hell to put me in, period. I'm not looking to him as the second Christ. So the fact that you cussed your son out, guess what? That's your kid. That
Oh,
is your kid. You had that discussion with your son.
so how do you feel
Your
about
son was a BA for bringing that to the world's attention.
okay, okay. Yeah. I mean, she ain't gonna say it, but this never scared, man. She's trying to say the son was a bitch ass. I
Yeah,
don't think.
but I was trying not to take it there. I was trying
I
not to
mean, it
take
is what it is.
Suffers from bitch assness.
You know, this is
bitch
never
ass.
scared. Don't hold your
I mean,
tongue.
don't get it twisted. Oh no, her mouth is reckless. It's just my debut. I'm
Yeah,
trying to.
I know Kirk had it in him, but going to the fellas now on the situation, man, adding to that, bro. So, you know, and bro, look, I'm telling you right now, putting you in the fire with this shit, because so it's a lot of viewers, you know, that's in the church. And um, do you feel like the ones that are coming after him because he's a man of God? I thought we were all God's children. You know what I'm saying? That he shouldn't curse like that. He shouldn't come at his kids like that. And therefore, we shouldn't have a matter of the opinion. And, you know, see, I think there's a separation between even religion and parenting, but go. I'm coming to Chris last because I know you're going to say some reckless ass shit. So let's say who go first.
Yeah, I really I don't think that these should be held any kind of way, you know, as far as dealing with religion or anything. I mean, you got people that men of, as I say, men of the
And
cloth.
not to cut you off, and you and Chris both have kids, so
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So, you know, I mean, they have men of the cloth, quote unquote, or whatever, that you see the stuff they do, the stuff they say, whatever. They still human beings. And they still, when they child act wild, they still got to check that child. And people can say whatever they say. I mean, like I said, I know that, you know, my pops wasn't around for too long, but for the amount of time that he was around, trust and believe, I remember all that shit. All the how he handled my ass, it's remembered. And that's what made me partly the man that I am, because I thought about doing stupid shit before I did it because of what my father did and how he handled shit with me. So I can't speak on later on in life.
Did his dad check him? I mean, did Kirk Franklin check his son, or did he threaten him?
I mean, at that point, he's checking him. He's 30-something years old. He's talking to his son on the phone, man. We talk shit. Come on, I tell my son I punch him through a wall sometime. I'm not gonna do that out of anger. You just say what the hell you say at times. I'm not gonna sit there and like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kick you. You know what I'm saying? Kick you out. Whatever. Like people say, you should say things out of anger, whatever at times. And like I said, his son had no damn business taping that damn. That was some sucker shit. His son had no business taping that. What they had, they got a rocky relationship. They got a rocky relationship. Keep it where it's at. Don't put that on social media. That was whack. That was like.
It was so politically correct. I don't have no kids, but I can tell you now, if I said it, I meant it. And if I'm gonna knock your head off your shoulders, that's what I said. That's what I meant. I will knock your shit off your shoulders.
We grew up with those sayings all forever, and
nah, but my mama meant it. Like if my mama said it to me,
facts.
She meant that shit. She meant that shit. She meant that. Mm-hmm.
That's it. My mom told me she slapped the black off me, but
facts.
Still hit.
You're gonna be a shade lighter, my nigga.
That's not true.
Even if you ain't as dark as you was yesterday, you gonna be a shade lighter. She meant that shit.
Yeah, I don't look at those as threats. I mean, like I said, from the stuff that we done heard, those weren't threats. I mean, that was just a man talking to his son, and said things out of anger and whatever, and we shouldn't even be hearing about it nor talking about it.
Okay, but, so Chris, I'm gonna add a different element to you, Chris. But white America tries to tell us how to raise our kids. And now a lot of shit that our parents could get away with, today's parents can't. So does that change anything for you? Because you can tell people what age your kids are. I'm not gonna put you out there like that. But just as a father, does that change anything for you?
Nah, because I was never really.
His
I don't know.
5-year-old son.
I was raised by a single mom, so I don't know. Traditionally,
I was as well.
You know, and my grandma and my great grandma, and so I don't know. Traditionally, shit. I just raised my kids differently than when I was raised, man. I don't even really look at how society tell you can raise, you know, your kids. I know I was beat growing up, and I do say beat with the utmost respect but it was beaten, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, but that didn't really teach me nothing. So, you know, I don't really do that with my kids. You know, I do have a 28-year-old, 22-year-old, and I have a 4-year-old. So,
damn.
But yeah, I know, right? But
extreme age gap.
But let me chime in on this Kurt Franklin shit though. So with the Kurt Franklin shit, the thing that I don't like is that we don't hit a whole message. Okay. If you hear the whole phone call, right? Actually, they were the counselor was there too. The counselor was actually on the phone as well. Most times when you do counseling, well, I ain't gonna say most times, sometimes when you do counseling, counselors suggest that you record phone calls just for validity, because some people say they say things and they don't say it just so you can go back and reference. He should have never put that shit on, should have never hit social media. So to say he shouldn't record it, we don't know if the counselor suggested that he record it, because the counselor was on the phone with them. And some counselors do say that, you know, just for validity. So I just say sometimes when we get sound bites like that, but ultimately throughout any of that, first of all, it ain't none of our business. It's not even news. Like, people curse out kids. People curse out their kids all the time. That shit, I got cursed out growing up. It never made news. It never, you know what I'm saying? It never made social media. Like, it never made nothing. Like, why the fuck are we talking about Kurt Franklin cursing out his son? So the fuck what? And the boy 30 years old. And Kurt, Yeah, that boy 30 years old, right? And
Hey.
Kurt better not run up on that boy. That boy beat Kurt ass. Let me start this fuck with you.
He will.
Might, yo.
He probably would, because Kurt was like, "I'll whoop your ass." That boy was like, "Man."
And that's
whatever.
the thing. I don't know about
Wonder
that.
why
I
it's
don't even know if I agree with that wholeheartedly. I don't think so. I don't think he did it for like, like I'm just trying to like out my dad. I think he did it for clout.
He
Let's
might
just
have.
be clear.
He
Let's
might
just
have.
be clear. Who knew that Kirk Franklin had a son that old? I knew he had a daughter.
Right.
I knew he had a daughter because his daughter just had a baby back like at the beginning of COVID. But
Right.
who knew he had a son that was in his 30s?
That's on Kirk.
I didn't.
Kirk didn't want us to know.
But my thing, right? And and what kind of relationship did they really have? Like, was Kurt really in that? You know what I mean? Like, we
Clearly,
don't know.
it wasn't that deep because
Like-
my daddy would knock my head off at the thought of you gonna record me. Oh well, here's
Well, okay.
something to
Well,
record.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I never met my father, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate, right? I don't know who my father. I don't know who my father is, right? So if I was to meet him today, he ain't getting no respect like no father. He don't get that. He get a respect like a nigga on the street. He don't get none of that. I don't like. I'm 47. Like you just can't get that. That's just me. He's not getting that type of respect. So
That's a different show, Christian. We're gonna work on them issues another time.
that's not even an issue. Why is that an issue? I'm cool. I'm good. It's not an issue. And I say that to say we don't know if that may have been the situation. That might be the situation.
We don't know because I never did. You know he had a son?
That's what I'm saying. We don't know if that may be the situation with Kurt and that boy. You know what I'm saying? He talk about they had an estranged relationship. Yeah, you might not have been in that boy's life. That might be estranged. Like that might be estranged to that boy. You know what I'm saying? We don't know the whole situation. Kurt might have put that boy on the side. Kurt might have been doing on tour. Yeah. Kurt might have been on tour with the goddamn choir, and that boy at home with his mama starving. We don't know nothing.
That's what it is.
We don't know none of that part. Now, that could be fucked up too.
The strange relationship means Kurt got another woman pregnant,
right?
That he doesn't deal with, and Kirk hid his son from the world. He didn't want us to know because he's in church and he don't want to be judged that way. But and I don't have a lot to say about that situation except.
So how do we know Kurt? So how do we know Kurt?
It sounds like both of them need therapy.
But how do we know Kurt
is already in it?
Yeah, but how do we know Kurt deserves this respect that we ultimately think we trying to thrust?
I'm not assuming. I'm not assuming who deserves respect. We're just talking about
how do we know Kurt deserves this ultimate respect that we trying to thrust upon him just because he did that?
Who's giving him ultimate respect?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what
we're just saying that the son shouldn't have done that. That's
right. Yeah, we agree on that now.
Yeah, we're saying that's what they deal with, and we shouldn't even know what the hell's going on. That's none of our shit.
Yeah, right. I agree with that. I agree. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like I said, we can't speak on what they real stuff is because we don't know. And like I said, but it's none of our business. We should know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why I don't listen to Wendy Williams because I don't want to know nobody's shit. I don't really give a damn. You know what I'm saying? But it's
why would you waste your time?
Yeah, I don't give a damn about people. You know what I mean? I got my own shit to deal with. So but I just think as the son, for him to put that out there, that just wasn't cool. Like I said, I hear you, Chris, for saying the recording part. It's cool to record it if that's the case, but don't put that on social media. And like you said, and just like Precious said, it seems like that was something that for popularity.
I agree, and I agree with Precious too. I agree with that's for clout. I agree, it was probably for clout. It seemed like it was for clout, but that might be his way of reaching out to like, hey, you know what I mean? That might be a way of like getting his attention. We like, you know what I'm saying? They both need, like Twan said, they both need motherfucking therapy now. Like for real. Like, cause like like you said, we didn't even know he had a 30-year-old, bro. Come on, Kurt. All this today's a new day.
Hey,
today's a new day, nigga. You ain't let us know that today.
The way Kurt said that shit to him, that shit sound like it's been brewing for minutes.
Right.
They
been about to fight. Like the way they've been cursing each other out was like, yo, when I see you, you already know. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it just sounded like he was talking to his son, man. You know, so
it was like, yeah, nigga.
Look, the second part of that question that I asked, you know what I'm saying, and we're gonna end it like this. It's just like, man, it's at the times now, bro. Everybody want to put shit on fucking social media. You know what I'm saying? It's just, You know, it's just like, okay, so what if Sekou's son watches this and he hears when Sekou said, I tell my kids I'm throwing through the wall or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He said, but I'm not gonna really do that. You know, and then what if Sekou's son is like, well, now I know that my dad ain't gonna really do that shit. I'm gonna try him.
It's an order of protection without having to really issue an order of protection.
But kids love their fucking cell phones and they record a lot of dumb shit
Dude,
they shouldn't be recording.
they do, but what they don't like is having to get the legalities involved. Like they don't
Right,
want to have to like get social workers and CPS workers involved. They'd
right.
rather put the situation on Front Street. Like, and I'm talking from a perspective of
Black kids
I'm
don't.
dealing with kids on a
Black
very
kids
regular
don't.
basis,
Mhm.
and they don't want to have to get legalities involved. They just want somebody else to know what's going on.
I'm gonna say black kids don't because you know
All of them.
white kids is out here
All of
divorcing
them.
their parents.
Black people scared of police.
Yeah,
Black people
white
scared of the police and they
Brown
scared of the
people are
law.
scared of police
My
too.
bad.
yeah,
Yeah,
period. Yeah,
brown people scared of
people of
police
color
too.
in general. Um,
Period.
yeah,
I'll call the police on your ass in a minute.
bruh.
Bye.
Hey, well, look,
Fuck.
man. Hey, man, this has been fucking incredible, man. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, hopefully we gave the people what they want tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man. Make sure y'all go to YouTube, man. You know what I'm saying? Never Scared Podcast. Make sure you like this podcast, subscribe, man. Share all this with your friends, man. When y'all do that, that's what helps makes us grow, man. You know what I'm saying? So tell all your friends about the situation. Let them know that there is a show out there to discuss situations and topics from the black community and how we see things and how we discuss our subjects so that we don't allow other sides to discuss our subjects for us,
Yeah.
man. So without further ado, man, that's the man Say Cool right there. That's the man Christian right there. First Lady Precious, who just joined us for the first show, man. We'll let her go first with her shout outs. Anybody you want to shout out before we get up out of here, man? And where it goes, Precious.
Shout out to like the entire crew. Thank you again for allowing me to chime in, and thank you, Christian, for taking it easy on me tonight. I know it won't be always,
That was taking it easy.
um,
Of course.
you always like just your super humble self always, and Twan, a pleasure working with you. So thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Hey, look, man, you family now, Precious. So, you know, give it two more shows. Chris gonna be defending you on here, man. Trust me. He ain't gonna let nobody. He ain't even gonna let nobody even talk to you slick. Cause I truly believe when he got love for you, he got love for you. He ain't gonna let nobody talk to you.
That's just good
Hey,
people.
cool. Shout him out.
Ain't that shit right here just the NCCU family.
Mhm.
All my frat brothers that had celebrating their Sigma versaries.
Mhm.
Um
Shout out to
uh
Christmas, man.
what else? That's it, man. I'm all my peoples. I love you. I love you. Um that's it. That's it for me. I'm keeping it simple.
The boy.
Yo, shout out to my Diamond Cuts team. Oh my God, my Diamond Cuts team. I love them cats so much, man. Like real talk, we about to do some amazing shit. First black barbershop in South Carolina with a beer and wine license. We about to actually get a liquor license. Got a full bar, VIP lounge, pool table, 75-inch, 55-inch, 65-inch, 45-inch TVs, whatever we want. Hardware, everything's different. We give you an experience. Shout out to my lady. Big shout out to my kids and my mom and y'all. Love y'all.
Hey man, I just like to shout out, man, all the people who watch us and make this situation great. We growing, man. So much love to y'all. I especially like to thank my three co-hosts, man. You know what I'm saying? Say Cool, Precious, and Chris, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a beautiful thing that's going, man. The only way it's gonna keep going is with y'all's help. So I thank all of y'all, man. We not without y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all tune in next time. But our next show, we got a real banger with that coming up. You know, so make sure to be involved. And it is what it is, man. We're never scared. We ain't afraid to touch these topics, man. So get at us. Get at us. Next show before we get out of here though, man. We will be discussing should the black community, just for the next show, should the black community, how much should we care about what's happening to Asians in this country right now?
Depends on who you talking to, bruh. And on that note,
Because we about to get up out of here with that. So that's gonna be crispy. We'll see y'all in a minute, man. We out.
good night.